There's something magical about being in a garden, just me, my camera, and nature. Back home in Bangalore, you will often find me at Lal Bagh, chasing light through trees and framing flowers for hours. But today I'm in Georgia, in one of the most beautiful botanical gardens I have ever seen. This right here is my happy place, me alone, clicking some spontaneous, soulful photos of nature. And the best part, I'm shooting it all on a smartphone. Come along and I will show you how to capture the beauty of nature with a very few simple techniques. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. So I'm in this absolutely stunning and beautiful location. I'm in the wine region of Kakheti in Georgia, and I'm currently in the Tsinandali Estate, which has a very beautiful botanical garden. So I'm going to be shooting a lot of nature photos here, and I'll show you how to click snaps of gardens and natural scenes just using your smartphone. So stay tuned for this. Now, one thing I just wanted to mention is like weather has not been in my favor. So since the time I have arrived in Georgia, it has either been raining or snowing very heavily. But I have actually learned after a couple of days that the weather may not improve, and I'm trying to utilize it and make the best out of it. So the best part about current weather is it's not raining, which is a good thing, and it is cloudy, so we'll try to utilize this cloudy weather to our advantage and click some nature snaps. So I'll take you along on this journey and we'll share some tips to click some photos just using your smartphone in this absolutely stunning, beautiful location. Now this particular garden here is a mix of European style landscaping, and there are some forest also around. So what better place you can ask for when you want to shoot some nature photography. Now I'm going to start off with the very first tip which I have, and this is also something which I have talked in a lot of my other videos. And the first thing we should always look for, and even which is helpful in nature photography, is look for leading lines. Now as you can see behind me, there is a row of these trees along this narrow road, and this really forms a perfect example of that leading line which I'll try to click with my phone. So I'm not doing anything in particular but keeping all the exposure, everything automatically, and we'll see how the photo turns out to be. One thing which I want to also include in this photography is include these row of tall trees, which is really adding to a lot of the landscape here. And I'm continuing to keep the road in the middle of the scene, which will act more like a leading line for me. Now let's move to another location, and I will also show you some close-up snaps and we'll try to see how the photo turns out to be. Now one thing which I have noticed is because of the cloudy weather, it gives you a nice diffused kind of a light. So this could be ideal in some situation, but for some locations it may not be very good. But I have a trick for you today and we'll use it in a different location. So let's move to another location now. So for the next location, I am next to this beautiful lilac tree, and actually it's springtime here now. I'm shooting here during the April season. So though the weather has been really bad, there are a lot of flowers around. So because it has rained slightly during the daytime, so there is some raindrops on the flowers, and I'll try to click some snaps with the raindrop. So when you're stuck with a weather condition like this, it's best to utilize, say, rain or mist during these situations, and you will get a better photo. So I'm taking a close-up of these lilac trees, flowers. Let's see how the photo turns out to be. It's quite muddy and I hope I'm able to clean my shoes later on. Now, I really like a lot of bokeh in my nature photography. So, not sure how much of bokeh I will be able to get with the phone, but we'll still try. So, there are some lilac flowers on the top of the tree, and I'll just try to create some bokehs with the sky as a background. Now, because it is cloudy weather, so one of the best part about this is because of the cloudy weather, the green gets more saturated and enhanced. So look for a lot of textures, and especially in green leaves and also plants as well. Now, I'm going to try out clicking some of these. I think these are, I am not sure, they are probably pine leaves, pine tree, and there is a lot of texture in these leaves, and this will really get very saturated when I click the photos. And what my trick doing when clicking these kind of leaves is that I try to keep the exposure slightly underexposed so that you can get the textures more enhanced when you keep the exposure low. So let me try out clicking some of these leaves here. The best part about this garden is I have whole 2 days to explore this garden, because I'm staying right here in this garden in a hotel which is actually a renovated hotel which also includes these garden as their campus. One of the best thing of clicking in a location like this and in a temperate climate is, in fact, I have not even seen one tree which is common to, say, a tropical region like India, and all the flora and I'm not sure about the fauna, but all the flora actually is very different, and all the trees are very different right here. So I am like really overwhelmed seeing so many different varieties of trees. So for my next technique, I'm actually going to try out a different kind of a framing, and this is also something which I have talked in some of my earlier videos. So I will try to use some of the foreground elements. In this case, I'm going to use these leaves and the branches here, and then we'll try to do a composition. So let's give it a try. Now, I also have a road which also gives me a kind of a leading line to this composition. So it's adding like a kind of a variety to my shot, and also including two elements together, which is something which I really like. So I'm trying to compose in a way, and I'll try to keep the focus on these leaves and use that path as kind of a leading line in the center of my frame. So I'm going to try out another composition, and I'll use the same elements of keeping some of these branches in the foreground. I really miss golden hour. I really cannot imagine how beautiful this place will be during the golden hour. But nevertheless, we'll still try to make the best use of this weather, which is cloudy. And thankfully it is not raining, because in the morning it was raining, kind of drizzling. So I really didn't know if it will stop and if I'll get an opportunity to come out and do some photography here. So I'm not sure what this tree is, but it really looks beautiful, and there is a lot of green foliage now, and I will try to kind of focus on one of the branches which is low, and then try to blur out the other branches with the sky in the foreground. So let's see how it comes. So there is not, okay, maybe probably this branch looks quite low. Now let's try a different location, and now for the next composition I want to focus on a little of detailed shot. Now though there are not a lot of flowers around, but I'm still going to find out some flowers and we'll do a close-up shot of some of the flowers, maybe probably with a lot of dewdrops or rainfall water on them. So for this final scene, I'm actually getting down low, and there are a lot of wildflowers in this field, and I'll try a low shot with my phone. We'll see how the photo comes out to be. So you really need to get low here. So I'm trying to keep some of the flower elements in the foreground. And there you have it. These were some of my composition tips when you are clicking nature photography and also stuck with a cloudy weather condition like this. So try to utilize this weather to the maximum and use your smartphone for clicking some amazing nature snaps. So if you keep these tips in mind before venturing out in a natural scene like this, then it will really be helpful and you'll get better images out of it. And I hope you like this video. I'm still in Georgia for a few more days and I'm still planning to continue making few more videos here. So stay tuned for my next upcoming videos and I will see you in another video. Till then, happy clicking.